What is the primary purpose of the salt bridge in a galvanic cell? In a galvanic cell, we have a chemical on the right side of this that is pulling electrons over to it. And that chemical for this one is in solution, and here it's silver plus. So the electrons are coming down and they're combining with silver plus. Once they combine, we're seeing this reaction happen where we're forming solid silver. And notice that solid silver doesn't have a charge like silver plus does. Meanwhile, on the left side, the electrons that are leaving are actually coming from this strip of copper, so they're leaving copper atoms. And the reaction that's happening is copper solid is losing 2 electrons, and it's turning into copper 2+. Once it turns into copper 2+, the atom of copper is going into the water, so it's dissolving into this solution. If you like this type of content, I think you will love my MCAT community. It has over 500 pages of the highest yield CP and BB material, and you can get a lot of help from me, and I scored a 520 and have tutored for 4 years, so I can give you some really experienced feedback. Okay, so on the left side, we are getting more copper 2+, because copper is leaving the strip and going into solution. And then on the right side, we are getting less of this silver because the electrons are joining with these silver plus ions and they're turning them into solid silver that does not have that charge. Once it turns into solid silver, it is going to join onto this metal strip and it's going to just turn into a solid accumulation on this strip. But what all of this means is that on the left side, because the copper ions are accumulating, we are gaining a positive charge in that solution. And then on the right side, because those silver plus ions are turning into neutral solid silver, we are losing a positive charge from that solution. And all of that is where the salt bridge comes in. This salt bridge has sodium in it and chloride ions. And any salt bridge is going to contain a bunch of positive ions and a bunch of negative ions. The negative ions are going to flow into the side that's getting more positive to help offset that gain of positive charge that's occurring. That means that the chloride ions are going to flow into this left side. And then the opposite is happening on the right side. Since we're losing all of that positive charge from the silver turning into solid silver, the positively charged sodium ions are going to start dissolving from the salt bridge into that solution. And that's what B is saying. The salt bridge is allowing the ions of chloride and sodium to flow into the proper places to offset that change in charge that's occurring.